This is a 2013 Chevrolet Avalanche Black Diamond Edition, and it is the last model year that Chevrolet made the Avalanche style pickup truck, for reasons we will never know. But in this episode, I am going to give you a tour of it. I'm going to show you around all of its quirks and its features, and then I'm going to get it out on the road and drive it. And then I'm going to give it a Chris score. And if you want to hear more of my thoughts on the Chevy Avalanche, go to aglimpseinside.com/oversteer, where I have compiled a list of Chevrolet trucks that are still for sale, that are still being made. So for 16 years, I drove the same car, and I finally got something new to me, and I decided to do that intro. Now, if you recognize that style of intro, kudos to you. Definitely leave me a comment down below on who I'm trying to replicate there, and I'm going to link his channel down below too. I'm not going to mention him here, so you got to do a little legwork to find out. But anyway, no, I'm not going to give you a tour of its quirks and features. I'm going to make what I'm calling a grocery getter for the back of this thing. Going to make my life a little easier by when you go to the store, you can put things in the actual bed and they don't go flying all over the place. Especially, usually you can put them in the back seat, but if you got a family of 5 like I do, sometimes there's no room. So this is a video doing that, and let's get right into it. Hope you enjoy it. Well, hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for this video. As you can see here, my new truck, well, new to me at least, it's about 6 years old, has quite a bit of storage space in the back, but it's not real practical in terms of doing your daily driving tasks, running errands, going to the grocery store, and what have you. So in this video, I'm going to cut down a few pieces of Baltic birch to make my life a little bit easier by making a housing that's going to keep things very nice and organized when going on your various shopping trips. This entire project is going to be made from Baltic birch plywood. That is the gold standard around here, as you can tell if you've been a fan of the channel. I've joined them together at a 90-degree angle, and I've reinforced the glue and brad joints with some 2-inch countersunk screws, as you can see me doing just like this. I then cut the pieces for the side, same process as before, giving me a kind of an open shell that's going to be an insert that's going to fit into the bed of the truck. So to make a little lip on the front of this, I'm using a piece of leftover French cleat material. This is a 1/2-inch piece of plywood that's cut to about a 1-inch strip, and it has a 45-degree bevel cut into it as well. I'm going to face that bevel going in and down towards the inside of the cavity, as you can see. A little glue and CA glue is all I need to attach it, and this gives me just a little more insurance that things won't come rolling out. So in modern cars and modern vehicles, a lot of automakers put hooks in the back of their storage compartments for grocery bags. Well, my car doesn't have anything like that, so I'm going to go ahead and install some hooks in the back of this cavity. However, in the big box store, they have a section for garage organization. You can see there's a lag screw attachment to this hook, but I need to actually beef up the back, so I've taken a couple of 1.5-inch strips of Baltic birch and layered them to give me more meat for these actual screws to get screwed into. Once I've installed this thing, I realized that it needs to be lifted up in the back just a little bit. So I'm taking a couple of spacer blocks here, little glue and brads is all I need, and this is going to raise it up just a little bit more, giving me a little bit more comfortable fit for everything I'm going to store in the back of this truck. So I've taken a few measurements here, and I'm cutting some piece of 1/2-inch plywood. These are going to be what I'm going to call positive stops. They go fit into the side of the truck, and right where the very end is, they can't go any further. So essentially, if I attach these to the side of this cavity, when I install it, it'll butt up against some paneling on the side, which will create a nice snug fit where this cavity will not be able to go any further back into the truck than those pieces allow. So here's a better look at all the hardware I'm using for this project. I used a 3/8 of an inch brad point bit, and I've put a piece of blue tape to give me a reference on where I need to stop drilling. Once I do that, I install these hooks, and they kind of thread themselves into this hole. So take your time here, be careful. As you can see, they go in pretty nicely. I'm then going to take them out because I'm going to prime this thing a nice gray color, and then, yes, I'm using Rust-Oleum's truck bed lining. This is a spray paintable truck bed liner, and this thing worked really well. I can't tell you how skeptical I was, but it turned out great. Now, once it's all painted and cured, I've given it about 6 hours to do so. I'm putting a little bit of lubricant in these holes, and it makes the threading of these hooks a little bit easier to screw in. And then some panhead screws with the extra hardware. And that's pretty much it, guys. As you can see here, hooks are all over the place, giving me all kinds of options to store things. And once I put it back in the truck, here's how it looks in its final form. Well, there you have it, guys. Now, does it work? Well, if you're following me on Instagram, you would have already seen this video right here. Well, that answers that question. It works great. Now, I know this is not going to be a project I'm going to make plans for. Not everybody owns a Chevy Avalanche, but you might have a pickup of any type of make and model, and this is very simple to do. Simply take measurements from your bed, do it for your specifications, your body height, your reach, all that good stuff. All that was taken into consideration when making this, and it's made my daily life just that much more easy. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate your viewership. I'm gonna always invite you to subscribe to the channel, and I have a few more videos planned over there as well. And guys, thank you so much. Hopefully this gets you out there and inspires you to do something to help you in your daily life. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you on the next project.